What's going on, everybody? Maverick here with a very special war recap for you from Exclusive Empire. Special in that we have some very exciting news to share with everybody. You may or may not have heard, but we merged with Victory Matters. They're another top war clan. If you remember, we warred them not that long ago. If we look at the war log here, go down. I guess it was a bit longer than I thought. It was 45 days ago. 45 days ago, we warred them. We ended up winning by about 0.6%. But shortly after that war, we got to talking with them. They have a lot of the same ideals that we do. You know, all of our attacks are done in-house. We don't believe in, hiring people or paying people to come in and do our attacks for us. They're kind of the same way. The atmosphere is kind of the same, mostly adults. So, yeah. And then at the same time, when the merge happened, unfortunately, Clash Nerds broke up. So a few of their Town Hall 10s came over there as well, or come over to us as well. So yeah, right now we're warring with 35 max offense Town Hall 10s, and only more to come. I believe our next war is going to be 40 max Town Hall 10 accounts. All max offense, not all max defense, but all max offense accounts. So our last war here was against BornToKill. They actually had some really nice bases. They were all some newer anti-3 bases. They weren't any really old style ones. They were all kind of new style ones, but they themselves weren't able to put up any triples, or sorry, only one triple against our bottom Town Hall 10 here. If you look at the enemy side here, we were able to put up, I believe it was 23 3 stars out of 35 bases. So like just absolutely crazy for our first war together. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen here. Now, I'm not going to show you all 23 attacks. That would just be insane. So I did pick out a few that I am going to show you today. The first one here is by Sieb versus their number 2. Yeah, this is a really cool attack. It's a Foxy Hog. So he's going to move his P.E.K.K.A.s, Barbarian King, and Golems in towards the Archqueen and the Infernos to take them out like in any standard attack. But he's also using 5 healers on his Archqueen, which is pretty not standard, actually. Normally when you see this kind of attack, the Archqueen is left to walk around the base by herself. Sometimes you drop in a Golem or some Giants to kind of help her along. But she basically does it all by herself. There's one wizard at the bottom here, helps clean up the funnel for her. He wants her to walk around the top side of the base. He's actually going to do something a little bit more interesting. Rather than just having her walk around the outside of the base, he's going to wall break her in at the compartment at the top right there with the elixir storage, gold storage, and the cannon. And she's actually going to be able to move in and do a little bit of the cleanup on the inside of the base, as well as then she's going to turn around and go around and do more cleanup around the outside of the base. Yeah, so she's just going to start walking up to the top of the base here. As soon as she gets closer to the top, it is a little bit slow. I don't really have anything to say about this part. Look at the arch queen, man. She's shooting a drill, and now she's shooting a cannon. So you see the wall breakers came in there, gets them into that compartment there. Because this minion is already doing the cleanup at the top here, she's going to go inside rather than keep walking around the outside. The minion is going to be able to clean up just enough of the funnel to get that done. And then at the bottom of the base, like I said, he drops in his 2 golems, the Barbarian King, the 1 P.E.K.K.A. A lot of our Foxy Hog raids I've been seeing are only using 1 P.E.K.K.A. I've traditionally, you would normally see 2 or 3, but I guess it's more common to bring either more hogs. In this case, he brought healers instead. You can see he drops that 1 hog on the wizard tower there. Nothing is targeting that hog, so it's going to be able to take down that wizard tower all by itself, which is awesome. And then move in, and we'll probably actually do a little bit more by distracting the at least the other defense for a little bit until it gets taken down. He's got a wizard at the bottom already doing some cleanup, and then he drops in all of his hogs along the bottom side of the base here. Now they kind of get split up a little bit, which actually works out really well in his favor. You can see the Inferno Tower is still there. He drops a rage spell on his hogs. A couple of them go over to this mortar. Actually, one of them goes over to the mortar and is able to take it out by itself. And then the free spell goes down, which is perfect. It was over that wizard tower, over the Expo, and over the Inferno Tower. So these hogs are able to come in under that rage spell, under the free spell, and just take it out really quickly. Like I said, the Archer Queen, she's just doing some cleanup in the middle here. That wizard's doing the cleanup at the bottom. The enemy hound is still alive. This wizard is focused on it. I don't remember if it pops before the end of the raid or not, but it's not going to matter because the base is going to go down. So very nice job, Sieb. All right, and the next attack we're going to look at here is by Garo versus their number 6. We put up a video recently on our channel about keeping your kill squad lightweight, and this is a prime example of that. You could see he's able to bring with him 24 loons and 4 hounds. So all he really wants to do here, he's going to move both of his heroes in to get most of the enemy CC pulled off. Actually, he doesn't even worry about the enemy CC. He just wants to get the Archer Queen taken care of, that that air defense taken care of, and maybe the Expo at the top there and the sweeper. But really, that's all he's kind of going for here. So he drops in 2 giants with his healers or with his Archer Queen here, just to take a little bit of the damage to allow her to move in and get a little bit more value out of her. Barbarian King comes in behind, and he's able to come in, take out the enemy Barbarian King, take out the enemy Archer Queen with this jump spell. So he's only using 1 spell, 2 heroes, and 3 giants. Or sorry, it was only 2 giants, and he's able to get out the enemy Archer Queen, that air defense. Is he able to get the sweeper out? No, he doesn't actually get the sweeper or that Expo taken down. But look at just how many loons he's able to drop into this base. He doesn't have to be careful with his looning because he has 24 of them. A lot of air attacks you see, like a lot of people are bringing, like I've seen less and less and less. I saw an attack done the other day with only 10 loons. So yeah, this one was just like he just gets to spam his loons in. He doesn't have to think about it. Doesn't have to plan them. I'm sure he actually did spend a lot of time playing these loons. I'm probably oversimplifying it a lot, but look how many he has left here. He's got a little bit of pups around the bottom side of the base here. A lot of them got taken out by the traps and by the towers and everything in the middle, but that's okay because he doesn't want too many of them alive, or else the hound will pop, and these loons are enough to do the cleanup. He's got just enough pups and minions at the bottom side of the base. And you can see they all get up there, focus on the enemy hound, but the base gets destroyed before it's able to do any damage at all. So very nice job, Garrow. All right, and this next attack we're going to look at today is another Foxy Hog by Superstar versus their number 8. So you can see this one's more traditional in that he's not using any healers on his Archer Queen. And he doesn't even have any giants, so he's just going to allow the Archer Queen to walk around the top side of the base all by herself, completely unprotected. How very rude of him. The Barbarian King, the Golems, and the P.E.K.K.A are coming into the bottom side of the base here. Get rid of the enemy Barbarian King. You can see the poison spell goes down. Not only is that going to take care of the Barch that's in the enemy CC, it's also going to have the damage of the enemy Archer Queen in the middle there. Like any other of these Foxy Hogs that we've seen, keeps the Hound alive. And you can see most of the defenses around the top side and the back side of the base here are actually kind of more towards the center, which is perfect for his Archer Queen here. Doesn't even have to use her ability until almost all the towers are taken care of. He uses her ability mostly for the cleanup. You can see the hogs coming through the top side of the base here. He had so many hogs. He had, I believe it was 24 plus a CC full of hogs, so that's 31 hogs to come through this base, and they're just going to be able to absolutely decimate everything. The last wizard tower, which is really the only threat, goes down. The mortar goes down. This last cannon is going down. He's got so many hogs left over here for cleanup. I can't even count them. You can see the hound in the middle here is focused on a couple barbarians, which is perfect. Doesn't want the Archer Queen to get focused on it because then it's going to cause it to pop, and this is going to be a lot more headache. You see these hogs are just coming through the base really quickly. The Archer Queen is going to start shooting some walls, but the hogs are going to be able to take care of everything else. So very nice job, Superstar. And the next attack we're going to look at is by BeastMode versus their number 22. I feel like I always show an attack by BeastMode in my recaps, and that's because his attacks are just always so technically cool that I can't help but just want to show them. So begins at the right side of the base with his Archer Queen and a few healers. I didn't see how many it was, either 4 or 5 healers. You don't generally see any numbers other than those. At least for Town Hall 10 attacks, you do see maybe some 3 healer attacks for Town Hall 9s. The Archer Queen is able to do a bunch of the cleanup, get this compartment cleaned out, and then move towards the bottom of the base here. You see he only has 2 wall breakers, so he's probably going to rage them to get them into the core. Actually, I should say he does rage them to get in the core, because I know. Oh, he actually drops 1 wall breaker up at the top of the base there, and that triggers that skeleton trap to come down towards the Archer Queen, which is amazing. When his Barbarian King moves in towards the enemy Archer Queen later on, he's not going to have to deal with that skeleton trap, so really good planning. I've never seen wall breakers used to trigger a trap before, so just really cool to see. And he still has this 1 wall breaker left over, but that 1 wall breaker, he's going to drop it through a rage spell, and it's just going to absolutely destroy a wall all by itself. Who says you need to bring 4? All you need is 1. Now look at his placement on this rage spell that he's going to drop here. It's absolutely perfect. It's not over the healers yet, but as the Archer Queen moves in and the healers move in, everything's going to be covered by that rage spell for the maximum amount of time. That wall breaker went in, blew up that wall, just like I said. And now the Barbarian King and a couple giants come into the backside of the base here. The giants are just to help the focus of the towers in the middle here, keep them off the Barbarian King for as long as possible. Free spell goes down over this Inferno Tower and this Expo. He was trying to hit that air defense as well. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but the free spell is actually doing a dual purpose here. The Barbarian King is able to take care of the enemy Archer Queen and that Inferno Tower while it's under the freeze, and it's also not going to be affecting his Hound and his loons as they come in through the top side of the base. Comes in behind the sweepers. They're both kind of pointing in the same direction, so all he has to do is drop his loons in from behind that, and it's not going to be too much of a deal. You can see the enemy or his Archer Queen died, and these healers are trying to make it up to the Barbarian King, but they can't quite make it. That sweeper keeps pushing them away. But at the very least, these healers are distracting this Archer Tower and this Tesla for a very long time, while his loons are able to come in towards them and take them out. The Barbarian King is doing all this cleanup in the middle here. The pups are doing all the cleanup on the outside. Unfortunately, the enemy Hound is going to pop in the middle here. All these pups and minions kind of get focused on it. Look at this one air trap traveling to kill this minion. It goes halfway across the base before finally destroying just one minion. The loons take care of the last sweeper there. Now all that's left is the Tesla. So even though the Hound died and the pups got spawned, the base gets destroyed. So very nice job, Beast Mode. All right, and the last attack I'm going to show you today is by Zuma versus their number 31, another Foxy Hog. I tried to vary it up a little bit with some air attacks and some ground attacks, so I hope you're enjoying the variety at least. You can see this is another one where it's only using one P.E.K.K.A. And then just some various other troops. Again, 24 hogs, so not quite 31 like we saw in that last attack, but he is bringing 3 golems on this one, some wall breakers to get him in here, some wizards to clean up the funnel, and you can see it's another Arch Green Walk where she's going to be left unprotected, but there's actually not too much point defenses around the back and the bottom side of the bases here. So she's gonna have not too much difficulty, but he does drop these giants in just to kind of keep this cannon because that archer tower is there as well, and they will do a lot of damage to the archer queen. Like I said, she doesn't have any healers or anything on her, so any damage she takes, she's just gonna have to take it and grin and bear it. Some hogs went flying across the screen there while I wasn't paying attention. It was cool. So some hogs come in from the top side of the base, drops the heal spell, and then the freeze spell over this Inferno Tower and the cannon and the Tesla, which died at the exact same time. Also, the heal spell keeps them alive while they're under these, while the skeleton trap gets spawned. The cannon at the top goes down. The Archer Queen is still working around the bottom of the base here. Hasn't used her ability yet. Comes in and is able to do a little bit of damage on the inside here, take out a bit of the splash damage, take out a couple of the defenses, and then she's going to start going on buildings. Drops his last heal spell over this last spot where this bomb is going to be. One hog went up towards that sweeper. Unfortunately, it died to the bomb. But he's just got so many hogs left over here. They're going to be able to take care of that wizard tower and this expo absolutely no problem. The expo is was focused on just a couple hogs, so but the skeleton traps and everything on the hogs for this entire time. He is only left with about, I can't even count, maybe 3 or 4 hogs to do the rest of the cleanup. And there is actually this elixir storage at the top of the base, which could have made him lose the time. This was a rather long raid. I believe it came right down to the wire, but just these few hogs in the middle here are able to do the cleanup. That Archer Queen helps a little bit with that elixir store, the dark elixir storage, but the base gets destroyed. So very nice job, Zuma. All right, everybody. Well, there was my war recap for you. Oh yeah, it was 23 triples. I wasn't sure if it was 22 or 23. So 23 3-star attacks. Our first war together as a Max Town Hall 10 clan. I just want to extend another welcome to all the guys from Victory Matters. I'm really excited to see what the combination of our two clans can bring to the table, as well as the guys from Clash Nerds. I don't want to leave you guys out. But until next time, this is Maverick signing off, and I'll see you again. Bye.